We are at the Marina Bay Circuit at Singapore, and we have seen many teams bringing in many new parts to improve performance and their competitiveness within the grid. So, in today's episode, let's talk about a gigantic surprise that Mercedes has brought to Singapore. Also, let's touch down on what upgrades Ferrari have brought to Singapore, as it is one of their major upgrade packages to come in this season. So, let's begin. Mercedes had a rough start to the season, but in recent races, they have started to show progress and are able to take the fight to the front runners. A good example will be Monza, where Lewis Hamilton climbed up from the back of the grid, up to 5th place. This shows that the car has pace, and the performance of the W13 is improving. When we compare the W13's past experiences at Azerbaijan and Monaco, it is expected for the Mercedes car to struggle at the Singapore track. But Mercedes has made improvements to the car to counteract the bouncing and to take the challenge to the front runners at the Marina Bay Circuit. The W13 runs very close to the ground due to the aerodynamic philosophy it is based on. At early stages, the porpoising was caused due to high pressure on the rear of the floor, but the Silver Arrows have done some amazing revisions to the car's floor edges. This minor change has the use of wider ducts, which are able to take out more air from the floor as soon as the bouncing starts, which instantly reduces the pressure acting on the floor. But more strong vortices flow on the floor edge due to the use of wider ducts, which is counteracted by the use of a longitudinal metallic bar and a tie rod, which are in place to make the floor edge more stronger to limit its sensitivity to porpoising. The floor edges of the W13 are exposed to a lot of airflow, which is due to the narrow side pods design the W13 is utilizing. The side pods of the W13 are producing a low of downwash, that is what side pods are intended to do. But the side pods of the W13 are producing downwash, which is causing more airflow on the floor edges than of what conventional side pods would produce. This is causing a lot of flexing of the floor edges, which leads to a loss of performance. So the before-mentioned add-ins to the floor edges will stiffen the floor edges. Now, the undercar can work with more stable flow conditions, with the underfloor ventures less disrupted by external interferences, such as the floor edges flexing or high air pressure on rear of underfloor. This reduces the load experienced by the rear, which helps reduce the sensitivity to porpoising. Mercedes returns to a high downforce rear wing setup, with an upturned leading edge applied to the mainplane in the central section. This claw-soup also presents us with a good view of the tongue and groove-like approach taken to the DRS flap to prevent any unwanted oscillations occurring. All this means that the Silver Arrows have a competitive package coming to Singapore. With George Russell scoring Mercedes' only pole position this season in a high downforce track similar to the Marina Bay Circuit, it is certain to expect that the Silver Arrows will be one of the challengers for the win at Singapore. Ferrari are looking dry, with no answer to Verstappen's pace on the triple header which has passed by. But Leclerc was able to snatch pole from Max Verstappen on merit, which has given some positive hopes for the Italian team. And to boost their chances, the team is bringing a big update package to the Singapore Grand Prix. This upgrade package consists of new specification front wing and new floor specifications. A claw-soup of the two-tier floor on the Ferrari F1 to 75, where the inner section of the floor's entrance is higher, as are the fences that guard it. This change is made to allow more air to flow through the Venturi tunnels to generate more downforce from the underfloor, as the Singapore track is more high downforce oriented. The floor is reportedly to aid in better tire degradation. Ferrari's front wings stacked up outside the garage as it prepares the car within. Note the difference in gurney flap specifications between the two wings, with the upper of the two sporting a gurney on the outer section of the flap too. This is to improve the front-end downforce of the car, to get more front-end responsiveness, considering the Marina Bay Circuit is of 23 tight corners. The Mercedes upgrades look to be compelling as are the Ferrari upgrades, but what about Red Bull? Red Bull still has a rumored lightweight chassis awaiting, and by the look at the financials, only one car will be sporting it if it arrives, and we know that it's Max who is going to be using the new chassis. But we are not yet sure of if the chassis is on for this weekend, so fingers crossed about the Red Bull performance at the Marina Bay Circuit. But what do you guys think? Do Mercedes and Ferrari have a chance at the win at Singapore Grand Prix, or are we going to witness yet another Max Verstappen dominance at the Marina Bay Circuit? Let us know in the comments section below. Want to know the chances Mercedes has on winning the Singapore Grand Prix? Watch the video shown on your screen now. Thank you for watching this video, please subscribe and I will catch you in the next episode.